since gunshots rang out in an otherwise quiet neighborhood, and the lives of the Meyers family changed forever. An unfortunate set of events led to the tragedy, the shooting death of 44-year-old Tammy Meyers, a mother of four. The story received international attention and generated a lot of wild speculation. Now, a year later, the I-Team's George Knapp sat down with widowed husband Bob Meyers to address the still unfolding saga.
I don't have a life anymore. You know, it's when you're with somebody for 25 years, we ran a business together. When you're with somebody, you wake up to that person every day and you go to sleep to that person every day, and they're not there, it's rough.
Bob Meyers was out of state on a business trip when he received a garbled phone call about his wife being shot. He raced back to Las Vegas driving 100 miles per hour, unable to get solid information for most of the drive.
That had to be a really bad period where you're driving there to find out what her condition is and have no idea what the heck happened.
Well, the nurse told me it was grave. So she asked me to pull over, and she kept asking me, "Are you driving?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm driving. I'm getting there." I said, "You know, have her hold on until I get there," you know.
She did.
She did.
Publicist Mark Fierro, a former KLAS reporter, wrote a book about Tammy's death, including the moment Bob arrived at the hospital.
He sits down, he grabs her hand, and immediately she squeezes his hand. And he asks the nurse, "Has she done this?" She said, "No, she's been completely unresponsive." And he starts telling her how lucky he was and how much he loved her, how much he is going to work to keep the kids together. And so the last thing that happens is this communication through her hand. She wants him to know that she's hearing what he's saying.
After Tammy's death, things crumbled for the family. The siblings went into deep depression and sought counseling. Their home became a magnet for media and murder buffs.
Did you have problems at the house? I mean, people knocking at the door kind of stuff?
24/7, or looky-loos taking pictures, and 3, 4 o'clock in the morning parking up front of the house. And you got to wonder, you know, you think after what happened, is that a shooter, or, you know, pretty scary.
And there was the constant drumbeat of unfounded rumors about Tammy and the young man who confessed to the shooting, Eric Nausch.
It started off, she was in a relationship with him, and then it led off to my daughter was pregnant by him, and then it led off to where my wife was buying drugs from him, and then it led off to where my wife was selling drugs to him. This is all local media here in town. They kept throwing one conspiracy after the other. Every time a lawyer would say something, the local media would eat it up and run with it, and there'd be no investigating it. And the whole time, the confession's out. These people know about this confession, but they don't want to go to the confession because that's not a good story.
This wasn't supposed to happen. This was not supposed to happen, bro.
In a 3-hour interview with police, the suspect said nothing about drugs or a relationship with Tammy. He made it clear the shooting was a mistake.
I'm sure if she was buying drugs or it was a drug deal gone bad, which there's a lot of people out there saying that on Facebook and other media, wouldn't he have said that in his confession to try to get a reduced sentence, or it was a drug deal gone bad, or there was a relationship, or she was buying drugs? Never said that. Out of his own mouth, he said he was sorry. He killed the wrong person. He thought he was killing a kid. Nothing more.
Have you ever seen a story like this?
I've never seen anything close to this. I think that the dirty lie is so much more interesting than the truth, the mistaken identity, that they want to hold on to that dirty little lie because somehow it makes it far more interesting. I think part of it is that they want to know something that other people don't know, not realizing that they're morons for suggesting it after he's admitted it. He's admitted the truth. It was a mistake.
Bob Meyers says he worries about the effects of the upcoming trial for suspect Eric Nausch. The Meyers siblings have been emotionally devastated, underwent therapy in the last year. They lost their mother. 2 of them witnessed her murder, and they've all been subjected to the conspiracy theories. Their lawyer, Sam Schwartz, told us, quote, "It is unfathomable why some people have clung to the lies. The truth is, this was a case of mistaken identity." George Knapp, 8 News Now.